Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, I'm Eileen, and this is Red Hot and Flashy. And today we are just going to have a talk. You know, I like to talk. But first things I want to do is show you what my daughter made for me. She and her friends started a business called MNK Design. I believe their handle on Instagram is MNK Design 2000, and I'll link it down below in the description. And she very graciously made me a sweatshirt. Let me see if I can stand up. It says Red Hot and Flashy, and on the sleeves there's the Instagram logo and the YouTube logo. So I'm very proudly displaying it. I love it. Anyway, today I'd like to talk about a subject that I guess I'm kind of feeling at my age now. And I want to say it's called ageism, but I'm not so sure that's really what I'm experiencing. See, the definition of ageism is to discriminate against a group or an individual based on their age. And you see that sometimes in jobs. Maybe they don't want to hire you because you're too old. Sometimes in healthcare, things like that. So I'm not so much sure that it's really ageism, but I don't know a better word for it. So let's just dig right into the topic, shall we? What made me want to talk about it is a couple things. First, one of the reasons I started my YouTube channel was because I'm getting older, obviously. And if you didn't know, I'm 52 and my skin is changing. You know, I'm getting fine lines and wrinkles and more texture as I get older. And my eyes are even more hooded than they were when I was younger. And I was having difficulty feeling good, I should say. Not difficulty. I was not feeling good about the way I was looking. My makeup, the way that I had normally done it, didn't look good anymore. And so I turned to YouTube and Google and YouTube for advice, you know, see if there were any videos out there. And not that there's not a lot of information and there's not a lot of wonderful people who are social influencers. They're on social media, working very hard. I just found it was kind of boring. I mean, don't get me wrong. I obviously wanted, I want you to be serious about what you're reviewing and what you're suggesting and telling me. But I also want it in, I guess, a more lighthearted way. I don't know, I kind of felt, and I know this is kind of like maybe an oxymoron, but I kind of felt old watching the videos. So that's what made me decide to get on YouTube myself, because I thought if I felt that way and, you know, it kind of made me, I'm not going to say depressed, but it kind of made me feel some sort of way watching these videos. And I figured if I felt that way, there has to be a lot of other women my age that kind of felt the same way. The other thing that I found in the beauty and skincare community, now I'm not sure if anybody else feels this way, this is just my opinions, but I kind of feel like we're not really represented. Everything that I have seen so far, and maybe I'm not looking in the right places, so don't get mad at me if I'm incorrect. But I kind of feel like we're left out. You know, I feel like everything is geared towards young people, man or woman. In skincare, for example, I know that there's a lot of anti-aging skincare, wrinkle plumpers, things of that nature. But I don't feel like it's geared towards me, who already has some of those deep wrinkles. I feel like it's geared towards younger women and men that to help avoid them, or well, you can't avoid them. They're gonna get there sooner or later, but to help delay the process. So I kind of feel a little bit bothered by that. Same thing in makeup and in my opinion, fashion too. Like everything is geared towards, I don't know, 18 to maybe 32. Even the 33-year-olds are getting old. And the funny thing is, it's my age group that probably have the most expendable money to buy all those products. So I don't know why they feel the need to go after that younger demographic and not include our demographic. And yeah, so I feel that we, that we're left out, and it bothers me. I don't know if that's considered ageism, but I think that the beauty community needs to, be more inclusive. I also I see a lot of this on social media, so much disrespect for my generation, and up, I should say. Now, I'm a Gen Xer, and, a lot of people just call anybody that are older than them boomers. And I'm not in the baby boomer generation. They are a little older than me. But I noticed on Facebook or social media that when someone who's older, whether it be in my age group or higher, has an opinion on something, that younger people are just so disrespectful to them. And they just say things like, okay, boomer. And that bothers me too. And that bothers me a lot. Not because I'm being called a boomer, because I think that we need to respect the older generations. And it doesn't matter whether it's my generation, the boomer generation, or beyond. These people can teach you all a lot. You might not think so, but we sure can. I don't know what's driving that culture that you constantly see. If there's a differing opinion and it's from somebody older, the name calling. And I did a video on the cancel culture, and I'll link it up here if you want to see it. It's like that. Like, you can't have a differing opinion or you'll be canceled or called names or just disrespected because of your age. Now, I'm not saying that's ageism, because I don't really think it is, but I don't know what to call it. And I think that some of that stems from society. So I'm going to use the beauty community as an example, because that's, what I'm in, and say that all this younger generation, so everything's geared towards them. In my opinion, so much is geared towards them. So in the beauty community itself, they gear makeup and skincare and fashion towards young, beautiful people. And they leave out the older generation. And I don't consider myself old, but technically I am that older generation. And I think that I may be stretching it here, but I think that part of that, TV shows, movies, the different communities, you see all the younger generation. And it's like they've forgotten about the older generation. And so when the older generation tries to, get involved or have a voice, it's squelched. And I think that the younger generation, I can't blame it on the media or society itself, but I think that it kind of justifies the way they treat older people. Because, if you think about it, I know it's a stretch, but if you think about it, if all of the society, whether it's advertising, commercials, magazines, social media, forgot about the older generation, then the younger generation is almost justified in forgetting about the older generation. Like I said, I know it's a stretch, but I just kind of feel like it's, uh, disrespectful all the way around. I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. Am I just being silly? I mean, do you feel represented in everything in life? Do you feel represented in fashion and in skincare or makeup? It really troubles me when I read on social media. When I try to stay out of arguments. I don't like doing that, but I love to read the comments. I love to see what people think and what people are saying to each other. And in today's society, it's so sad the things people are saying to each other. And the perfect example I have for you is I don't even remember what it was that was posted, but I was reading the comments and I do remember. So it was over the Super Bowl halftime show. Somebody had just said something like, what did you all think about the halftime show? And so I was reading the comments because, I was interested to see what other people thought of it. And of course it was mixed. People loved it, people hated it. You either like the music, you don't like the music. That's personal preference. However, somebody who said they did not like it. They wanted Garth Brooks. And clearly that person likes country music. And that's fine, because there's people out there that don't like it. And the person who enjoyed the Super Bowl, enjoyed the weekend, I guess got quite offended by that. And they were going back and forth, talking about the weekend fan was calling Garth Brooks a has-been and an old man and just all this stuff. And you can tell, I mean, I didn't click on the profile to see what they were, but you can tell clearly that was a younger person by the insults that he was throwing at her. And she was going back at him, not nasty. Well, she was respectful. He was getting a little offensive. And I can't remember the exact conversation, but basically, in the end, several people got involved and did not like the comments from the country music fan, and basically told her something to the effect of, let's say her name was Mary, I don't even remember. Somebody needs to teach Mary how to use the internet. Go, I think it was something to the effect like, go to bed, boomer. And I was just like flabbergasted, because this woman had a different opinion. She clearly had different taste in music, which was fine. She was being respectful. She was just saying that she didn't know who The Weeknd was. I forgot that part. She didn't know who The Weeknd was. She had never heard his music, and that she wishes next year they use Garth Brooks or any country singer. So that's how the conversation had started. And in the end, it was so disrespectful and so insulting, and they went after her age. And I was just like, I can't believe that people are like this. And from the picture, the people, because there were two or three, they looked to be in their late 20s, early 30s. So I don't understand that. I don't understand. Well, number one, I don't understand the disrespect when somebody has a differing opinion, but the disrespect because of the age. And then, of course, this woman said something back and also let them know she was not a boomer. Like I said, I think they just use that if you're older than them. Everybody's a boomer, just like everybody's a millennial. I think they use that term too loosely as well. They just categorize all of them as millennials, just like they categorize all of us as boomers and dismiss us. And you know what? Maybe we dismiss them a bit too much too. Probably half of us are old enough to be their parents, so we want to take them over our knees and give them a good spanking. Hence us, I guess, kind of dismissing them too. I guess I'm just having a difficult time aging. And I'm having a difficult time with the way the world is going and what has become of us all. And I know this was supposed to be about aging and ageism, but I kind of digressed. I'm really interested to know what your opinions are, especially from my generation and above. Do you sometimes feel like they leave us out? Big business. That's the word I'm looking for. Do you feel left out by big business? I don't know. But that's why I say, like, I feel so, I feel like society is making it okay to, I don't want to say discriminate against older people, because I don't know that that's the right term for it. I really don't. I don't feel discriminated against, obviously. So I think ageism is probably the wrong term. But maybe it's not. I'm honestly not sure. I do know that, I don't know if you've ever heard of Wayne Goss. He is an amazing makeup artist, and he is an older gentleman. He might be a little younger than me, maybe 48, 45, somewhere in there. He did an entire video on ageism in the beauty community. And so it is a real thing. I mean, I'm not imagining it. He, of course, is so much higher into the beauty community. I think he did celebrity makeup. I'm not positive. I do know that he is amazing. He's got amazing products. Unfortunately, I don't own any because they are quite high end. But I read the reviews, and they're absolutely amazing. And I do know that I have watched every single one of his videos and have learned so much from him. And I just think he's such a genuine, amazing man. I really do. And I was so excited to see that he did a video on that, on ageism in the beauty community, and how like makeup artists, let's say, don't want to, makeup artists that maybe are influencers, or they're doing something of that nature, or they're selling something, whether it be makeup or makeup tools or skincare, that they don't use the older models, that makeup brands don't always use, or don't all, I should say, use older models. They always go for the young girls and the young men. And so the older woman, I'm just going to say woman. I don't mean to offend men, but I'm just going to use woman because I'm a woman. So, but they don't typically use the older women in their campaigns. And he did a big video on it, and it was really quite interesting. And if I can find it, I will put it in the description below. So if you're interested in watching it, it really was an interesting video. But I think that these brands shouldn't overlook us. We have more money. More expendable money, I should say. I'm sure there's a lot of younger people out there making a whole lot more than a lot of us, but our money is more expendable. For most of us, maybe we purchased houses years ago, so that either mortgage is paid off or close to it. Maybe our children are grown, so we don't have that added expense, the daycare, and the expense of just raising your children, which any parent knows is extremely expensive. So now my children are all grown, so I don't have to worry about the daycare expenses and the expenses of just raising children. So now I have a little extra money to spend on, what I'm going to call luxury items. And I don't necessarily mean actual luxury, but I call them luxury items because they're items that are not necessities. So to me, that's a luxury. And I'm very happy to be able to do that now because obviously I couldn't do it when I was raising my kids. And I am a single mom, so I raised them alone. Power to the single moms out there and the single dads doing it alone. Bravo. So I don't understand why why their target audience is, below 40. Sometimes I think it's because, that age group is considered beautiful. And I don't think that they consider older women beautiful. So the perfect example I'm going to give, and I don't get insulted by it. I'm actually flattered when people say this to me. But apparently there are a lot of people who are very offended when somebody says, I'm not saying I think I look my age. Well, I think I look good from up. See, that's what I was about to say. I was going to say, I think I look good for my age. I think I look younger than 52, but I certainly don't look like I'm 25 or 35. But when people say, oh my God, you're 52? No way. No way you're that old. Oh my God, you look so good for your age. I don't get insulted. I get flattered by that. And I thank you for anybody who says that. However, there are so many people who get so offended by that because they say, why do you have to say I look good for my age? Why don't I just look good? And I understand the, I guess the reason why they're offended. I don't understand why they're offended, like why it really hurt their feelings, let's say. But I do understand what they mean by it. I may not understand why that's offensive to them, but it's their feelings, and I do not negate that. If they're offended, that's how they feel. And I don't want to say that it's silly to be offended over that because that's their feelings. And I would never negate somebody's feelings. You can't tell somebody how to feel. What hurts their feelings might not hurt mine, and what hurts my feelings might not hurt theirs. So I certainly wouldn't want to be told, oh, you're being silly, that shouldn't hurt you. So I would never say that to anybody else. But I do get what they mean by adding, oh my God, you look good for your age. The other thing about me is my mom passed away when she was 49. So when I look at myself, even though I don't like what I see, I hate this thing going on right here. These wrinkles I don't like, but I remind myself, my mom didn't live long enough to get this. So I'm just blessed and so grateful that I am alive and get to live this kind of life. But I am feeling, I don't know, depressed is not the right word. I don't even know how to explain it, but it bothers me. It is bothering me, and I'm having a hard time adjusting. Maybe that's not even the right word. Just when I look in the mirror, I'm always judging myself. And, we do it to ourselves. We are our own worst critics. And I think it's horrible because society doesn't accept, that's my point. Society doesn't accept older people as beautiful and as valuable. And I guess that translates into what I see in the mirror. Don't get me wrong. I think I'm beautiful. And I'm not saying that in a conceited way. I'm confident and not conceited for sure. But I feel that I know I'm valuable. I even tease my kids and my boyfriend. I know everything. When are you going to accept that? Obviously, I don't know everything, but I tease. I'm confident in myself. I'm confident in the way I look. And that took a while. I mean, that's another video. But I'm confident in myself. I'm confident in the way I speak, the way I carry myself, the way I look, even with my wrinkles, even with my added weight. I love myself. And I think that dismissing or disrespecting the older generation is hurting us mentally a little bit. It's making us feel like we're less valuable. Our opinion doesn't matter. Things of that nature. So I wish the brands, whether it's makeup or skincare, beauty, just everything, magazines, photographers, Hollywood, just all of society would look at the older community, the older generation, and value them because they have so much value. They can teach so much. We can learn so much from anybody that's been through more than we've been through. We learn so much just by living. So I have a lot to offer someone my children's ages, let's say. I have so much to offer them. And so did that lady on social media. She had so much to offer. And because they don't like her opinion, they shut her down. And they reminded her that she's a boomer, so she should just go to bed. And I think that's horrible. And I think that, we all need to be more inclusive, especially these big corporations. I don't know. That's just my opinion. And I'm super, super interested to know what you guys think. So do me a favor, leave me a comment below. Tell me what you think about this topic. Do you think I'm crazy? Am I just imagining things? Do you agree? Yeah, I'm super interested to hear your opinions, even if they're differing from mine. It's okay. You can, disagree with me. It's okay. And maybe you might teach me something. I don't know. I hope that you enjoyed our little talk tonight. And again, don't forget about my sweatshirt. I just love it. It says Red Hot and Flashy right there. It's not for sale. I'm not trying to sell it. But my daughter's company, MNK Designs, can customize anything for you guys. So you should check her out. Stay tuned for next time. I try, just so you guys know, especially if you're new here, I upload videos 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. On Monday and Friday, it's usually beauty or makeup related, skincare, beauty, that kind of stuff. I do reviews, unboxings, I do tutorials, try-ons, all kinds of stuff. You can just check out all my videos if you want. On Wednesdays, I like to try and keep it to just a talk. Wednesdays, words of wisdoms, I guess. I don't know, my little euphemisms. But yeah, so make sure that you click on that little bell icon so that you get notified every time I upload a new video, because my next talk is going to be about body positivity. And I could write an entire book on how people treat you so differently when you're that smaller size. Keep an eye out for that video. I think it should be a really good one. If you liked my video, or just liked me, give me a big thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. And if you want to see more of me, hit that subscribe button. And don't forget the bell icon that I just told you about. Be good to each other, everybody.